With access to your Kubernetes cluster that we've created for you for the course, we can now get started on installing Private Cloud. We're going to do this in a few different steps. First, I'm going to install some of the prereq items that don't actually install Apache Pulsar. This is primarily going to be related to the operator and the license. And then in a separate video, we're going to go ahead and actually go through the install of Private Cloud and confirm that everything is up and running. So here I am in the StreamNative Private Cloud docs in the Quick Start. See, the prerequisites here are to install kubectl, which you've already done, and then to prepare a Kubernetes cluster, which we've already done for you for the course. So next up is to install OLM, or this is the Operator Lifecycle Manager. This is some open source software for the operator. I'm going to go ahead and copy this command here, and then we're going to head on over to Terminal. Here in Terminal, I'll go ahead and paste that command in. It's going to download that install.sh, or that script, and which is essentially going to then use kubectl to go ahead and add all of these things into the Kubernetes cluster that you are currently connected to with kubectl or kubectl. I'm including all of this in the video, so if you execute it and you see anything different, of course you can reach out to training and we can help troubleshoot. I typically see that at the package server phase installing, it can hang sometimes. This is not StreamNative software. This is open source software for OLM. I would say let it run a few minutes. If it still continues to hang here, I found some articles online that says there's a race condition here on the install. You can go ahead and quit. I believe on a Mac it would be by doing Control-C. I'll go ahead and quit the install. But what we can do is still do a kubectl get all to see everything that was created, and we're going to be in the OLM namespace. So that script is going to install things in the OLM namespace. So whenever we want to see something to a specific namespace, we of course do -n. And all of these commands are also going to be listed after the video, as it is the case with all of the videos. What we want to see is that you have these 5 pods running: catalog, OLM, operator, hub IO, package server, and package server here. They all need to say that they're running. So if any of these say 0 out of 1, that's a problem. You're going to end up with 2 services, and then the deployments here should say 1 out of 1, 1 out of 1, 2 out of 2. So even though we did have the package server phase installing hang, we look like we're good to go here on OLM. The next step is to install the StreamNative Private Cloud license. We're going to be following the directions here in this particular section. So you need your license token. Obviously, we don't have that here on the website. So as one of the files that's provided to you as part of the course, this entire string here has been included. All you need to do is copy the text out of that, and it's going to create a license for you, or a secret for you, that contains your license. So you'll need to do this next. Here I've pasted in the entire contents of the file that will be sent to you for your particular license. If I go ahead and execute that, a successful creation of the secret should say secret/sn license created. And the final step is to install the StreamNative Operator. This is the operator that's going to run Private Cloud. If you're familiar with Helm, we're not going to be directly installing StreamNative Private Cloud with Helm or Pulsar with Helm. We're instead going to be using the operator. I'm going to start by copying this line, which is going to apply this YAML file, and that will create some pods inside of the operator's namespace. Once they're up and running, we'll be able to see that inside of this -n operator's namespace. So pasting in that command to install the operators, this is what it should look like. Subscription operators, Choreos.com, SN operator created. But it's going to take maybe a minute or two for you to see anything in the namespace. You can do a kubectl get pods n operators, or if you want to see everything that got created, get all n operators. And here it still says no resources found in the operator's namespace. So things are still getting created. Let's go ahead and wait just a couple minutes and we'll see what ends up getting created in that namespace. Here I've executed kubectl get all n operators after just another minute or two. You can see that the pod SN operator controller manager says 1 out of 2 ready, so we're not ready to go yet. We need to keep waiting, and this should also say 1 out of 1, and desired current ready should also say 1. So we need to keep waiting just another couple minutes before we move on to the next step. And after waiting just 1 more minute, I've run kubectl get all n operators a second time. Here we have 2 out of 2 running. For the pods, for the services, nothing we need to look at there. Deployment 1 out of 1, and we now see that 1 is ready here. So we're ready to move on to the next step, which is going to be in a separate video, which is going to be provisioning your Pulsar cluster.